So it was your first experience in a good studio. What kind of problems did you have? You know, everyone has a problem in the first time you go. Every human.
Yeah. No, I am human, so.
Okay.
But no, I can't really remember what the problem was, because I know the problem now is that the gates were opening for the toms whenever I hit the snare hard. You know, the gate for the tom was
okay.
But that's not my problem.
Yeah. So you were.
No. I remember one kind of weird thing was when we recorded that CD, they were using like both microphones and also triggers for the first time. It was in '93, so the triggers was very new.
Okay.
But the thing is that they had the beaters, you know the beater for the bass drums.
Yes.
And the triggers were in the actual beaters, and that was like, and so you had these cables coming out from the pedal and stuff.
Okay.
That was all weird, and I remember it was kind of hard because they were really heavy, you know. The triggers were not that good, you know. So that was like, they had to hit very hard, and they answered very strange. And I remember that was a hard time. So the hard thing about when I play metal is it's always my feet has been my, you know, kind of not trouble, but the thing I want to improve more, you know. But I never really took the time, you know, to really practice my feet that much. I had like a year or half a year when I had wrist problems for like 1.5 years, 18 months. I had wrist problems, so I was actually training my feet a lot at that time. I put all my drums away, you know, in cases and everything, just totally away. And then I just had my bass drum and my double pedal up, you know, and I was
just running.
Yeah, I was just like, you know, doing, because I think one thing that I hear a lot of drummers, you know, at least the beginners, you know, the left foot is always weaker, you know, and it's the timing of the left foot not as good, you know. I've been working on that, especially playing like slow parts with my left foot and trying to hit it as hard or in the same way also as like my right foot, you know.
Okay. Question. So when people have some kind of problems of wrist problems, some just give up, you know, because it's so hard. How could you wait 1 year before start playing again with the hand?
Yeah, actually,
what your band did.
They patiently actually waited for me because I think in our band
can play like your
I think it's like in a way, you know, it's like. Of course, we changed vocalists now for the second time, but actually for the first record we didn't have a vocalist. Lawrence was in the studio and we were just recording with him, you know. So, and then we had Andreas for a long time, and he wanted to do something different, you know. And now we got Jens. But I would say, you know, like the band is, it's us in the band that makes the band. So it's not that if someone, you know, quits or anything, I think we will not. We would have to reconsider if to continue or not.
Okay.
So I think, you know, they waited for me, you know. I'm a big part.
Do that. I mean,
yeah.
A lot of people, you know, have problems and they can't play anymore.
No, I know, and I checked it, you know. It wasn't this carpal tunnel thing, but it wasn't that. So because I couldn't actually operate. It was just, you know, the doctors told me I tried like everything. Acupressure, you know, with put pressure on different points, and I took acupuncture. I did like nature medicine or whatever you call it. You know, I did like everything to get rid of it, but nothing really helped. So in the end, the doctor told me there is one thing that will help, and then take a rest. You know, not play drums. And I had these like, you know, steel things where you can't move your hands. You know, they're like, it's just like this thing going into your hand, you know, so your hands are all straight all the time. And that makes your muscles go away, so it took a bit of a while, you know, to get used to playing again when I started playing. And I did it I did like maybe 3 or 4 minutes in the beginning, just playing very softly, you know, just to get the motion going, you know. And that took a while, you know.
How many weeks?
I think we did a show like in July. I quit after Christmas in 2003. So January 2004 I started. I didn't play for anything until early July 2004. So it was half a year. I didn't play anything at all. And then I started very slowly, and we had a gig with Darkane in the end of July. So I started very, you know, gradually, like a couple of more minutes each day, you know, and playing not that hard. Just, you know, my feet were in okay condition since I've been playing the bass drums a lot at that point. But I was just, you know, trying to get everything working, and then we did the show, and I really felt that it was okay, you know. And then I did practice quite a bit, and then like in October, I think it was, in 2004, we recorded the drums for Layers of Dice.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, I think I really, you know, I mean, all the coordination and stuff, when you finally, if you once learn, it's like riding a bike a bit, you know. Even though you can't do the really difficult stuff right on, but I knew what to do, and I knew what I was able to do, so. And I think that record actually came out quite well. I think there's really a nice
very
one.
Cool.
So I think it was actually also to prove to myself that I was still able to do it in a way. So I tried out different things, and but it was a hard time mentally for me. I was really like.
Now you
to keep the mood. Yeah, now it's perfect. I've actually had for like almost two years after that also. I was still feeling, especially when I was working on computers and stuff. So if you work on a computer with the mouse, that's really killed my wrists a lot. So I felt when we were mixing Layers of Lines, for example, it felt really good when I was playing, recording, and practicing up until the record. But when we started mixing it, I started feeling it right away when I was working with the computer. So so I had to really. Yeah, I started learning, both trackball, mouse, and to do usual mouse and trackball with both my hands. So I could switch all the time, switch mouses and switch hands, and that was really good.
Okay, so you also are a producer, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're producing a new one ourselves now too. So we're doing that together.
I have a question. No, I forgot it. Wait a second. We'll cut that part.
Yeah, of course. With the hands?
No, the hands, I don't. So, okay, now you have some special warm-up to avoid problems or not?
Yeah, actually, the thing is that I start very slowly, playing very slow, and there are so many different warm-ups, and everybody says different, and I think everybody needs to find out what think they suit them.
Do some stretching also?
I do some very little stretching, actually, because the doctor told me not to overdo it, because even though if you're playing and you're doing this motion, that's in a way a stretching motion anyway. Okay. So you don't have to overdo it, But I avoid, like the classic ones, when you bend your arms inwards, stuff, because that's really more hurting you, So, but I do like a little bit of stretching, not, and especially not to have it in your fingers, but. He said, to hold it in the hand, And
why not in the fingers?
He said that, it'll be too much pressure for your fingers and stuff. So he said it's actually not the fingers you need to stretch; it's more like the arm, and that's fair enough, And he said don't overdo it, And I have this warm-up routine I do all the time, and I said, like a click track, and I start off with 8 notes very slowly, just to get the motion, and I do singles with my lead with my right hand, and I do also that when I do it, I play mirrored with my feet. So if I play like right hand, I play left foot, and if I play left hand, right foot. So I do like, and then I switch, So I get the double stroke to switch.
Well, how long is it?
It takes about 13 minutes or something like that. If I do it like in 85 BPM or something, and then I go for, for all the 4 different kinds of paradiddles, when you start. It depends on where you start, or you do like, and then, all the 4 different kinds. So start with a double stroke, and then I do like doubles. Start with one, and then you do like, if you have like, or the inverted, and then we run left hand, of course. So I do that first with 8 notes, and then I do with triplets, and then 16th note, and then 16 note triplets, and then in the end I do like 30 seconds, but only singles at that point. And I think that's a good warm up. And then I do some very little stretching, just feel that that I relax a bit in my arms, and since I always also do it with my feet at the same point, but mirrored with my feet. So there you get the kind of a coordination thing too.
Yeah, you like it to be complicated.
Yeah. Because I think, like Thomas Lang said, once also that I was at the clinic, and he said, why just practice your hands at one point and then you start practicing your feet and not doing anything with your hands? It's better, to do as much as possible in a way. And I also figured, then I can do like coordination at the same time if I mirror everything. Now it feels really natural for me to do it, but in the beginning it was like, when I did the double, to change hands, I was like, oh shit, now it's all mixed up, so I think there you get, because then you also get to, for me at least it works, you get your focus also on the drumming then, when you need to concentrate on the coordination stuff, and you need to concentrate on the click track. Since we use a click track with Darkane, we play live too.
Okay, so you have keyboards recorded?
Yeah, we have keyboards, all the strings, parts and stuff like that, we have recorded, so a lot of samples and going on. So
what do you use?